Sure.
And where do we submit this?
The email was shared with you guys, Denise's email. I will also share here.
Please share it because I'm not so sure if I have it. Then yeah, I will submit. And what is required? You need our names, our ID numbers, or what do you need? Like when you submit?
Your name that we have said you need to keep the same name that you have put on as per your ID copy. Like
Okay.
now, you join as you joy. Joy what? So it's then it makes it difficult when we are doing the recon of who has attended what and which name. Use the same name across.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I'll definitely do that. And that is the email, the one that you just, the email that you need to, okay. So the info@gadcs.co.za. That's
Okay, entrepreneurs, we will start with the questions and that I have and comments. Lekane Construction, please unmute yourself. I'm not too sure what is the hand for, but go ahead. Lekane Construction, your hand is up. Please unmute yourself and speak. Hey, okay, guys, I have to move on. He's unable to speak. I'm not sure, maybe it's a network issue.
Hello.
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 Hello. Would you please go ahead? We are listening.
Yes. I don't know whether I'm right or wrong. No, I have got a problem. No, I don't know the question that you're talking about on the strategy map. I don't know what you're talking about. I cannot clarify.
Okay, Lekane, would you please type your question?
Simply.
Would you please type your question on the chat box? Because your line is quite bad. But number two, today we are covering strategy. The main purpose of covering the strategy in the detail is so that whatever questions you have, you can then be getting them to be answered.
Okay. Thank you.
Guys, can I request that if you do have questions, just put them on the chat box or DM them to Denise, but not to me at this point because I can't run a session and also read the questions in different places. Welcome everybody. We are recording so that those maybe who have load shedding or are unable to attend can actually have the access of the recording. However, there is several other recording where I have covered strategy. So today I'm really gonna be trying by all means to simplify things based on the questions that I've received. Should you have any questions, please type them on the chat box so that we can then read them. And please guys, make sure you mute yourself throughout the session, not unless you are speaking. And where you're unable to type the question, DM it to Denise. I hope we are all well. I want to just say thank you for those that have made time. I just want to have a feel though, has everyone completed the link that Dennis shared on the WhatsApp. Can I have a response on the chat box? Can I see the response on the chat box? Denise, how many people have responded? Can you reconcile the number of people that are attending here versus the number of people that are, have answered? Oh, Mzoli, amazing, great. Ntombi, yes, thank you. Great. Okay. I'm sure majority of you, yeah, great. Oh, I have a great team here. Amazing. Yes, Ipesihle, thank you. Yes, yes. Often, yes, great. Okay, great. This is good. This is really good. And guys, just to understand, did you guys prepare for today's session? Did you go through the video? Did you also read the material when it comes to strategy, the workbook? And again, just type on the chat box. Okay, Tembisa, thank you. Mzoli, thank you. Oh, I have good students here. This is amazing. Okay, so this is gonna be quite more. I don't wanna repeat the same presentation that I did on the video on the strategy, but I just wanna share few ideas that you need to be thinking about so that you can then share which areas you are struggling with. Is that okay? Denise, seems like there are people that are waiting. Okay, no problem. I will. Denise, would you please share the video link for the strategy? We will also share it in the group. Perfect, basically, great job, guys. Okay, let's start then. We're gonna start with those that have prepared. Obviously, those that have prepared, they will have more question and also some sort of alignment. When it comes to building up a strategy, I think we just need to maybe have some sort of a group discussion on it of what exactly is a strategy. So let's make an example, which I always make. You have made a decision that, you know what, I want, or you have made a goal that says, I want to go on vacation in Durban, right? And that is your goal. That is your destination. And your goal is what we did in module 1. You then say, you know what, in module 2, I kind of collected the structure and also the team, how I'm gonna build up my business. I know it's gonna be a PTY LTD, and I know that I will be the only director, or I will have other directors, I will have shareholders, and a whole list of things in terms of building up the team. So that is module number 2. But now, when you come to a strategy, you are saying, okay, how am I going to actually achieve this goal? What are the things that I'm going to need to do to achieve this goal if I'm actually now going to start working on the activities? Where do I start? And how do I know which action I take, which action I don't take? And that is what the strategy development is about. And as you are building up, then you say, you know what, I'm gonna decide, I'm gonna fly to Durban. For you to decide to fly to Durban, you must have done some sort of a SWOT analysis. Where are the opportunities? Where are the weaknesses? And also where are the threats? And also where are the it's a SWOT, it's the threats, it's the weaknesses, and also it is opportunities. Where are the opportunities? Because what that does, it allows you then to only choose the best option based on the resources that you have. And that is why it's important when you're building up a strategy to actually have a very clear understanding of your industry and how and understand how the legislation, which now talk to Pastel, how the legislation, how does the economic factors affect you, plus also how does the technology and innovation within your industry and others impact your organization, so that you can see, okay, that impact, is it good or bad? If it's bad, what does that mean for me in terms of making up and building up my strategy on how I'm actually gonna go to Durban? So that is the essence of what the strategy is. Okay, can I take some questions on those principles? So for those that have read, so that they can share, is that clear on them, on how those principles work? Plus also the underlining issue is that you can't just have a goal. You must have a plan of how that goal is gonna get pursued. And that plan is what we call then is a strategy. Can I take some comments? Guys, why is it so quiet when people said they did a review? Okay, I'm gonna pick up people. Spesihle, I will start with you. Spesihle? There we go. Mawethu, go ahead.
Okay, can you hear me? Hello, everybody. Hello, everyone.
Yes,
We
go
can hear
ahead.
you.
We can hear you.
Okay, my take on this is that I realize that yes, you can have a beautiful vision and have an idea of how you plan to achieve that vision, but I realize that there are the little things that we leave out. We really don't document the little activities that are actually very important that we document in our daily activities that will go towards those activities, the sub activities that go towards those main activities that will then take you forward towards achieving your goal. That is the strategy. That is my understanding. Thank you.
Perfect. You are right, Mawet. It's one thing to have a vision, and it's another now to say, okay, if this is where I want to go, what do I need to do daily? What do I need to do weekly? What do I need to do monthly? What do I need to do annually? And most of us, we actually, and that is why sometimes documents like strategy and business plan, they end up collecting the dust. Why? Because we make them not to be part of our daily activities. And no wonder we end up not achieving our vision. Who else would like to share?
Precious, another thing is that what I've realized in other companies that I've worked for, that such things as strategy and policy documents are normally the privilege of the management. It's not communicated to the people who are actually supposed to implement and know what they're doing. It goes towards what strategy that is achieving a certain goal.
Yes, Mawes, that is true. However, it's also because the lower level staff are generally just treated as the hands, not as the head. I don't know if that makes sense. So how the organizations treat human capital, they actually just literally take them as the hands that needs to be operational and do things, not looking at human capital as a resource to actually come up with solutions. So which means the strategy ends up being a top-down approach than being both ways. So yes, the management or the founder or the CEO will come up with the vision and the mission, but the best approach is that he can map out on how he sees things will work, but also the staff has a role in contributing on saying what are the ways they think things can actually work out. Okay, thank you so much, Mawetu. Let's take, who else?
We've got some comments in the chat.
Great, will you please read them for me?
Okay, so Bongani says, one strategy can't be the same with another one strategy, although we both want to achieve the same goal.
Yes, Bongan, you can be in the same industry, in the same location, but you don't have the same way of thinking on how you're going to achieve your goals. Because how we see opportunities as individuals is not the same. How we interpret information around the environments that we have been exposed to is not the same. And that is why as much as I can, like what I did, I shared with you guys, I think more than 2,500 models, business models, I think. And the business model can be same, but how you go about executing that business model is not going to be the same. And how you're going to do the activities is also not going to be the same. And that is why I generally say to entrepreneurs when they say, someone is going to steal my idea. They may have the same idea, but they will never execute it according to what you think needs to be executed and how things will be executed. I don't know if that makes sense. Bongani, you want to come through? Bongani, want to come through? Please unmute.
Yeah, yes, I'm muted. Yeah, no, I can hear you. No, I'm with you. I was just elaborating on what what you are saying, in fact, but I said it anyway. Yeah, I was thinking it about like that because really, you can be in the same place or we have the same vision, but how to get there would be different because through your own experiences or through your own knowledge or skills or something like that. So obviously there can't be the same strategy, but that's why you have to work on your strategy to make sure it's perfect and stick on it. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you so much, Bongan. Tembisa was sharing earlier. Dennis, will you please read comments so that we cover everything?
Yeah, Tembisa's comment is, I'm good in planning, but not with implementation. And I also lack the discipline to follow through. Then Lekona Construction
Dennis,
says,
can we deal with one comment at a time so that I'm able to concentrate?
Sure.
Thank you. So, what you have to understand, Tembisa, is that the reason why you are good in planning, it might just be your strength is in more at a strategic level in planning. You are not an execute. You therefore need a donkey. A donkey is another director, is another employee, which you can have a share or a partnership or something. But what you also have to realize, in majority of the time, you have to capitalize on what you've got. And if you are not good in implementation and you struggle with holding yourself accountable, then it is possible that you will need to have either a partner or employ someone whom maybe you don't need to pay at the beginning, but maybe there is a discussion on the shares of some sort in terms of the shareholding. And guys, you really have to almost like, don't fight against your core capability. You have to only use what is your strength in your business. The stuff that is your weaknesses, rather employ people or get someone whom you can work with, especially if you know what, I'm not good at this. Because if you already are not good at something and you decide to continue with it, the universe is very cruel. You get tested on things that you are weak on in life. You never get tested on things that you're strong in. So rather build up a plan on, okay, if I bring someone, what will be the plan? Is that a strategic partner? Is it a joint venture? Is it someone that, if the results are positive, or is it someone that I can bring as an employee and pay them little, and whatever case it may be? Denise, the next one.
Okay. Jackson says, myself, I'm good in planning and good in marketing, but my problem is the startup.
Please repeat, Denise.
So he says, he's good in marketing and planning, but his problem is the startup. So it seems as though he struggles with funding to kickstart his businesses for the problems, but he's got the solutions.
May I actually, you said his name is?
His name is Jackson from Lekona Construction.
Okay, Jackson, would you please just explain what you mean? We are good with marketing, which is what? Business development. What is it that you are unable to do? Okay, Denise, I couldn't get the question properly though. Oh, do you want to?
Yeah, he's got it in 2 sections, and I think he needs to come through to be able to explain what he's trying to say.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Happy with that.
Then Tembisa says again, she says, but now that I'm in this course, I've been taking a discussion to exit my 8-to-5 job and focus on the business.
Okay. Just keep in mind, Tembisa, that do a proper financial planning on how you're gonna sustain yourself. Plan for at least 24 months without an income, especially in this economy. My suggestion for people that are actually working is run your business as a side thing for a while until you have the first or two, maybe first or two customers whom then will assist you to start building up. Until you have a customer, which means money coming through, you cannot leave your job and put yourself under pressure, because this business will also need funding. So what you should be doing, you put cash aside for your working capital, but you also put cash aside for your own personal expenditures, and then you decide to quit. Denise, maybe Tembisa, do you have a follow-up?
Can I just ask a question? Sorry.
Go ahead, sis.
Now, here's a case, ne? You don't have a side, you don't have a job. You are depending on the, you happen to have to depend on your company. What then?
Okay, so if you have to depend on your company, there's nothing wrong with that.
But what you then need to do is to make sure that the company is generating income. You're gonna need to make sure whatever, it's almost like you have to work, you don't have a plan B. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. That is where I'm stuck, because now whenever I wanna jot down the plan of what I'm going to do, it always boils down to where do I start, because it needs you to have a capital. Where will you get the capital?
Okay,
to
what
start?
business is it? Can you, not all businesses need capital. So what business are you in?
Okay, at the moment, I'm doing construction and energy innovations. Now, my vision, can I read you my vision?
No. It's fine. I wanted just to know what business you're in so that I can be able to guide you on where to start.
Okay.
Okay, so you say, first of all, with the stuff that you have mentioned already, it seems as though it's quite a lot of things. Why are you in construction and also doing the other stuff? Why are you in different places?
Okay. Construction and energy, they interlink, because you'll find that
Okay,
in the energy.
what problem do you solve for the market? What problem do you solve?
Okay, for construction, because I have a qualification in construction, that's why I decided.
Forget about the qualification, Dom. Tell me, which problem are you solving and who are you solving this problem for?
Okay. I want to come up with innovative ways of doing construction, like moving from normal building to green building, because in that way that it solves the climate change situation.
Okay, Dom, you gotta need to get to defining the problem that you wanna solve, but also be mindful that whichever problem that you wanna solve, you must then ask yourself, at this point, based on your skill set, your resources that you have, what is the quickest way of solving that problem? Now, you've just said you wanna solve the problem of making sure that the products that are being used in constructions are green. So solving a climate change, solving high cost of material also is part of that.
Yes.
Based on that, based on the resources and the knowledge and the research that you have done, how would you do that? How are you gonna do that? What skill set do you need? So let me make an example. So if you wanna go green, you might actually think about how to recycle certain things that are currently regarded as waste. So maybe plastics.
Yes, that's what I have. That's what I have. I've got plastic.
Okay, hang on, don't just listen, because remember I have 30 something odd other people here. I just want you to have a flow so that you get yourself unstuck from where you are stuck. So maybe let's say the resources that you have are limited, like you said, but you're then gonna say, what do I have access to? What is it that is free, that is available to me, that I can use to pursue this dream? So I made an example of a plastic. Plastics are available, and if you were to collect the plastic and recycle them and convert them to building material, what will that mean? It means, one, you gotta need to have a system on how you're gonna collect these plastics. It also means you're gonna have a way on how you're gonna process these. Now, you can't process these when you don't even have a plan on how you're gonna collect the plastics. And you can't then also come up and say, I will then build the the building material. And you may not even start with the building material. You may start with a component because you don't have enough plastics to recycle within your ecosystem. So what I'm saying to you, don't get yourself stuck. Get yourself working on the current resources you have. Figure out, what do I have exposure to? We have a lot of people that are unemployed. Okay, can I find a CETA institution that can give me interns? Okay, that's fine. If I'm gonna do a recycling, can I go to the municipality and find out where are they throwing things? How can I find people that collect plastic? How can I actually partner with someone who will weigh these plastics, and then I'd be able to have some sort of a production? But the aim is, you don't need to get yourself immediately to start producing the blogs or whatever that you want to produce. You have to start with what is within your environment first. Before you can fly or even run, you have to crawl. Before you crawl, you gotta be able to sit. So think of your business the same way. Yes, you wanna produce and run a manufacturing that will do the recycling, that will do all the things that you wanna do. But what is possible for you right now? And if something that you want to do is not possible, go back to the drawing board and go back to it again and again and say, okay, what resources do I have? What is it that I'm not using at the maximum capacity right now? Maybe I have time. Okay, if I have a time, do I even understand my local municipality waste management system? How will I actually cooperate with them? Can I partner with a non-profit organization that is close by, that deal with youth development or youth employment? I don't know, Ntombi, if that is assisting you to actually almost get yourself to have enough ideas to say, this is where I need to start. And if you still need additional more support, rather make time and we go through your specific item. Because the issue here, God is not going to give you more resources when you are not using the current resources you already got. The reason why we cannot access resources that we are looking for in life has nothing to do with the environment or things. It all has to do with our inability to occupy and use things at the maximum capacity.
Okay, thank you so much. I hear you now. I'm getting more clarity.
Yeah, make time with Denise if you're still feeling stuck. Let's work through it.
I will certainly do so, because what you are touching now is things that I've already dotted down as to-do list.
Perfect. So when you have done your to-do list, come back to me. I think I did something similar with you, Tembis. I remember. Tembis, are you still here? Tembis, are you still here? Okay, I don't think she's here, but I saw her. Anyway, so I did the same thing with her, Ntombi, to just allow you to be able to say, okay, that my vision is this, but from where I am right now, this is the situation. Okay, how do I move at least in the next 6 months? What do I need to do? Okay.
Yes,
right.
Precious, I'm still here. Sorry.
Oh, yes, I was saying, Ntombi has a similar
Yes, yeah.
of
The
actually
struggle is
having
real.
quite a lot, a bigger vision,
Yeah.
but this vision end up overwhelming you because you also feel I
Yes,
don't
it
have enough
does.
money.
Yes, it does. But you need to plan accordingly. For me,
Yes,
I've got a 6 months, financial, and then a 3 months for personal, and then a 3 months for business. Now that we do have permits and stuff, so I won't be really stuck, so that I can be 100% on the business and do what I need to do. Because for me now, time is of an essence. For now that I don't have the money, time is my money. So I have to utilize it to the maximum so it can accumulate in rents instead of like just time.
So maybe Sister Mbisa, if you can share, if it's possible, what is it that got you unstuck on our discussion, on our private session, that got your head? Because you had quite a lot of things. What
Yes.
unlocked it for you? Can you share that with the class?
What was unlocked from the conversation is that you are one person. You cannot be everything to everyone. Choose your winning battle and focus on it. What your calling is will make you wake up every day. I just decided that I'm gonna just choose this one product, which is the cannabis, and focus on the herbs and the medical side of it. That's when we pushed for the permits. And then I'm gonna be focusing on that. And now that we're working with government, I want to be there and see that it goes through, we get the permits, we get the work done, and then get started so that we can be able to make money out of these, out of the business. I'm not sure if I'm clear to everyone. Just focus on what you like, or you wake up
Thinking
if
about.
you don't get paid.
Yes.
If you don't get paid doing it, yes.
So choose something. The discussion was choose something that even if they don't pay you, you'll still be happy.
You still to do it.
Yeah.
And then if they pay you, it's bonus every day. That's what makes me happy. If people are gonna be using my products, at least I manage my pain. I'm pain free. If I get paid doing that, hallelujah.
Yes. So that is also about solve your own problems. And I know this is difficult for people. Most of you say access to market, precious, access to market. Which market are you talking about? Access to market. You gotta need to solve your own problem. What problem are you currently facing? And are you making sure that you are the first custom to solve that problem? And that is how you can build yourself up, instead of thinking that the market is out there. By the way, when we South Africans were saying the market is out there in the suburb or in the urban areas, the foreigners came to our township and took over the retail market. I hope you're gonna remember that story. You already know what I'm talking about. Anyway, Denise, let's go through another one.
Okay. So Mzoli says, at times we are not realistic in approaching our ultimate goals. For instance, you might be having a New Year's resolution of obtaining a summer body for the oncoming summer, but your daily routine is not working towards your objective.
That is so true. So it's not just about setting the goal, it's about setting up a system that is going to make sure that your behavior matches the goal that you are looking for. You want to run a multi-million business? Be the person who actually runs $1 million business. Be the person. For you to attain the goal you are looking for, you gotta be. And that is why we call ourselves human beings, because we are expected to be being first. Next one, Denise.
Okay. So the next one we have is Philadelphia. She says, with me, I don't really plan. I just think of something, then do it. I'm bad at planning.
Oh, that's a bad one. The reason why you don't plan is because you don't see a value in it. Maybe let's just unmute her, ask her to unmute so that we can engage on that one.
Sure.
Can you unmute yourself? So let's engage.
I've asked her to unmute. Sure.
Did you find her? Did we lose her?
Yeah, I've asked her to unmute, but nothing.
Oh, okay, maybe she's got a connection problem. So is anyone who has a similar problem though? Can I see some comments on the chat box? Is anyone who has a similar problem? Where
She says she can only type, sorry, she can't talk.
no problem. So is anyone though in the group right now who has a similar challenge where they tend to just do things without actually planning? And maybe the question I want to ask, how has that served you? Maybe that's, if she can answer that, I just want to find out how has that served her when she just do things without planning. Sipe, please come through.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Sipe.
How are you? I have network problems today.
Not to worry, we are recording, but we will also you will also share the questions with me or Denise. Go ahead.
All right. I have the same, not really the same, but a very similar problem. With me, I know how to plan my months, but I do not know how to plan my days. I just wake up and do what I think I need to do, and that's it. So now,
hang on. Have you been meeting your goals when you do that?
Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't.
It happens. It sounds like when it happens, it's pure luck.
That's the problem. I don't feel like what's being...
Your success is not sustainable.
Yeah.
Because your success is not systematic. And
it's
therefore,
not.
You will never achieve the best self that you want to achieve in future. It will take you longer. Do you want to go the long route or the shorter route?
Can it be shorter, please?
You paid your dues. Have you learned a lesson from that?
I have. I have tried now to break it down to at least weekly. That okay, on a weekly basis, this is what I need to do. But I don't know when it comes to my daily routines.
Okay. So what you need to work out is one, what gets you on the groove. So what gets you on the groove in the morning? What gets you inspired? What gets you to have high energy? You list those things. That will be part of your morning routine. And then for the day, you supposed to have planned your day a day before. So assuming a day before you knew what you needed to do, and you're gonna need to write down what you need to do. But what you need to do must be aligned to your goals, must be aligned to the things that you wanna achieve. And that is what we will then call your daily 5. Your daily 5 things that you know are gonna help you to achieve the goals that you actually want to achieve. And you might actually end up choosing to have one goal for that month and then another one in another month. Or you may choose to do all of them, depending how you structure yourself. And then you need to then also, after the goal has happened, I mean, or even the activity, I generally prefer to say to people, your daily 5 things, do them consistently for 5 days. And then after 5 days, celebrate. Give yourself something as a celebration to acknowledge the hard work that you have done. But I say watch out for saying maybe one of the things that was on your daily action was savings or managing your expenses. And then you come on the day 5, and you
spend all the money.
So find something that promotes. So one of the things that I can make an example of. So I reward myself by what? Doing my nails or doing my hair, because it's aligned on me having looking after myself, taking care of myself. You understand what I mean? So do you see there's a
Yes, I understand you.
correlation. So find something that you can reward yourself that is closely related to you, to what you want. So let maybe say, for example, you found that one of the things that you want to do, maybe you have put that you want to attend a sales course, and you attended that sales course, you finished it, and how are you going to reward yourself for that sales course is to maybe speak to one of your friends and say, I've just finished this course. Can I actually share what I've learned with you? And that is a rewarding, because now you are spending time with your friend, and yet you are relearning the stuff that you actually have learned, so that it's going to be easier for you to apply.
I hear
It
you.
doesn't have to be something which is going to take money away. It can be something that is actually of a value to a friend or to someone, and that's okay.
Oh yes. No, I hear you. I hear you. Thank you so much.
Great. And I hope you're going to come back with what systems are you creating. So just remember, me and Denise, we're going to come back to you guys also within the next within the next 3-4 weeks. We do have a product that was designed, which is called the planner. The planner,
Yes.
the entrepreneur planner and the journal allows you to do these routines, the morning routines, the evening routines, and it allows you to then fit in these things that we call them a daily 5. So maybe we'll share some of those templates with you guys as soon as you are finished with your program. Great.
All right.
Thank you so much for sharing. Denise,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Let's take the next comment.
Okay, Joyce says, my take on this is that goals must be supported by a clear strategy on how to accomplish them, or you will definitely fail to accomplish your goals.
Apologies, Denise, please repeat.
Okay. No problem. So Joy has said, my take on this is that goals must be supported by a clear strategy on how to accomplish them, or you will definitely fail to accomplish your goals.
Absolutely, because setting a goal means nothing if there is no system and a behavioral change on how you're doing things. Perfect, you got it. Who else, Denise?
So then Vuyiswa comes through. She says, EBITDA, on the module you mentioned that it can be used to measure strategy success. Can you please elaborate?
Okay, so guys, when you find a word in the module and you do not understand that word, just type it on Google so that you don't wait for me. Okay? EBIT is earnings before interest and tax, which is your net profit. Okay? So it's the last line item before interest and tax on your income statement. Okay. That is how you will measure. It's what accountants and business people call the bottom line. Okay, so that is measuring the performance of how the organization has performed. So let me I am going to cover this in the next modules in terms of finance. We are going to cover finance, but let me just share something for you so that you can see what I'm talking about. Give me a second. Are you able to see my white screen?
Yes, we can.
Thank you. Okay, so guys, in finance, we only have 4 things. I don't care whether you are running a multi-listed business that is listed in New York Exchange, Johannesburg, Hong Kong, anywhere in the world. Whether it's a listed company or it's a spaza shop in a township or it's a smaller yana stall that Ugogo Wakadlamini has in the corn. When it comes to finance, we only deal with 4 things. And these 4 things is income, it's expenditure, and it's assets, and it's debt. Okay? This side, when we're saying it's income and expenditure, this side is what we call income statement. In this side, we are measuring performance. Okay? When we say income, income is your sales, right? It's your revenue. Okay? Sales or income less expenditure, we get profit. Okay? Remember, expenditure will also include interest and tax. So that is what we call then income less expenses is profit. However, if expenditure is higher than income, this will be what? A loss. This side, we have a balance sheet. A balance sheet is what we measure. We are measuring the position of the business. The position. The other one, you are just measuring what? The performance. Under a balance sheet, we say asset less the debt. Asset less debt. A debt is also called liabilities. So the asset less the liabilities or a debt, that is what we call a net worth, which is the value, the net worth. Okay, that is what we call the value of the business or the value of that person. That is what we call a net worth. Understand that when we are dealing with these entrepreneurs, the asset is what you own. And sometimes, like some of you have said, Precious, we don't have assets, we don't have cash, but you still have an asset in your environment. And maybe your asset is your time, it's your entrepreneurship, it's your skills, it's the network you have. So you still have an asset. It's just majority of the time that asset does not get recorded. And then on this side, as I said, it's income. The asset produces the income, and the income is earned by spending the money, because here we spend the money and here we earn the money. And when we spend the money, we finance it. It's either financed by a long-term or short-term debt, or even by equity, or it's financed by other people's money, which is other people money, OPM. And the debt also will finance the asset. So when you then ask, Precious, what is the earning, what is you said earnings, EBI, oh, the acronym is just coming out of my head.
TDA.
Yes, you are basically looking at how we measure the performance under the income statement. And as I said, the interest and tax is actually under expenditures. You will pay that. And when we say it's a bottom line, we're talking about determining how the profitability, how profitable is the business. Please, guys, remember, I am going to cover this in the next session on module on how to earn money. I will cover this in more detail, but because this has popped in, I thought, let me just give you an insight into it, but for you to then be able to understand it. And then I will keep on emphasizing on it. And if you have any further question on that, please let me know. The person who has asked this question, is it clear?
Vuyisa?
Yes, it's clear, Sister. It's clear.
Ngiyabonga.
Ngiyabulele.
Okay. Guys, Denise, go ahead.
Yeah. Sorry, there's quite a bit now that has just come through.
Okay.
It's Germiston Station here. So Lulama says, hi everyone, I just logged in, so I don't have a question. But what I've learned on strategy is that when you have a strategy plan, you can separate yourself from your competitors. And I've learned that I can have a track of my business and I can improve where I'm lacking. And that's good to make your strategy plan go hand in hand with your goals, also your weekly plan.
Ah, amazing. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I'm so excited. Great. I'm going to be holding your hand. And guys, it's a process. By the time you get to your one pager, things are going to just start making so much sense. Great. Thank you so much for sharing. Go ahead, Denise.
Okay. Then we've got Makhale saying, I've begun operating. My problem is marketing skills, how to reach my right and relevant customers, and most importantly, at the right time.
So your problem is because you have not done a customer perspective strategy. So within the strategy, there is 4 components. There is learning and growth, which is organizational capacity. There is internal processes. There is consumer perspective, and there is also financial perspective. When you are struggling with reaching out to customers, it means you have not done your customer profile. It means you don't understand who's your target market and where to find the target market. So my suggestion to you, go and do a customer profile. Once you've done the customer profile, it directs you on where to find that customer. That person, can he also just maybe engage with me if he has any question, a follow-up, if he wants to do a follow-up? Denise?
Okay. Makhale, would you like to come through? Okay, I've asked. Oh,
Okay.
I think we've lost him. No, we've lost him.
We've lost him. Okay. But that applies to everyone. If you have a problem with your marketing, you have a problem with your customer, you are not sure where to find your customer, do your customer profile. A customer profile is going to give you a clear understanding of who are you selling to, at what problem, and you then are able to segment them. Once you have segmented them, you will know where to find them. You then choose those that are buying at the pattern you want or that you can satisfy, and then you pursue them. And you create the marketing material based on what the customer has told you. You don't come with it from your head. And I think some of you guys, you don't understand what entrepreneurship is. Let me explain entrepreneurship to you. Entrepreneurship is going into a market or going into a place with a blank paper and ask them, what is your problem? They will then tell you what's the problem. You then have to say, okay, is that a problem I want to solve, or is a problem I'm not interested in? If it's a problem you want to solve, you then ask them, how are you doing with this problem? Before, how were you doing? How much are you willing to pay for it? And then you build up a business case. And that is how you make up a business. Business is not about your ideas. You only take your ideas if you are the customer yourself of your business. So maybe let's make another example. Maybe you don't have a house. You cannot afford to get a bond, but you want a house. Then create a solution as an entrepreneur on how to build a house with no money. That is entrepreneurship. You don't go to the market with a product that is ready molded. The market mold the product for you. And that's really entrepreneurship. Guys, I am not talking about people that have actually, I'm talking about someone on the grassroots when you really realize you actually have nothing. You don't have network, you don't have finances, you do not have a skill set. Choose a problem that is your problem, that is occupying your mind all the time, that is worrying you all the time. Solve that problem for yourself. Guess what? The whole neighborhood will be looking for that solution from you. And that's entrepreneurship. Lebogang is struggling. Lebogang Malat, she is really struggling. Next one, Denise.
Okay, so we've got, I think it's Salome. I normally plan, but sometimes I find myself wasting more time in one task, which is killing me.
So you gotta need to ask yourself why. Is it because you're a perfectionist, or is it because you were never competent in doing the task? So you are learning as you're doing the task. Would you please just unmute yourself? Let's engage. Please unmute yourself. Let's engage.
Oh, I think we lost Salome as well. I think people are struggling with network.
And guys, I really want to run fast now because my brother just told me that we actually going to lose our electricity at 6.
Oh, goodness.
Okay, and the next one. Come on, Denise.
Okay. Then Lilama says, I do plan my day and month, but I end up not doing everything I plan for that day, especially if it involves another person.
Okay, I don't understand what is the question though.
No, I think it's more a common saying that he does plan his day, or she plans a day and month, but I end up not doing everything that has been planned, especially if it involves another person, probably to assist or that's supposed to be accountable for certain things.
Okay, so my suggestion, there is a possibility that you are putting too many things on your to-do list. So what I need you to do your in the evening, do a daily reflection. Ask yourself, the stuff that I had put in yesterday, what exactly was the most important thing? And the stuff that was not important, can I move it maybe to another time? You want to do that in that daily reflection so that you really almost like you're calibrating yourself to make sure that you don't overwhelm yourself and you don't do more than what you can't actually do, but you also don't get discouraged, because when you have too many to-do lists, you end up getting yourself discouraged that you will never finish.
Stop. Then Magdalene says, good day. I'm very good at being strategic. I'm a thinker and enjoy it, but my mind is so wild because I'll have a lot of ideas and see many opportunities. I think Tembisa touched on it in terms of focusing or choosing one thing.
Okay, so it takes a discipline. You gotta need to ask yourself, what do you disappear in? So what do I mean, what do you disappear in? Choose something that you love it so much. When you're doing it, you even forget yourself in it. It's almost like your ego is not in it when you're doing that thing. So it's almost like your safeguards are not there when you're doing that thing. You forget everything else except that thing at the time. And that is what you should be doing. Then you figure out a way of how to do the other things in another time. Why do you have to do that? Because that is where your calling is. You have to do some things that are your calling. I think the pure example that I did yesterday, I was on smart procurement as one of the speakers in the panel, and they said, I should have a business, a business church for entrepreneurs, because it almost like something takes over when I'm talking about these issues. And that is where you're supposed to operate. It's similar to what Janet Jackson and Beyonce explained on, it's almost like when you look at them on stage versus when you are talking to them as themselves as just a nomad. It's almost like you're talking to two different people. The personality of that person on stage versus the personality of the person I'm speaking to is totally different. Why? Because they let themselves to be so in sync on what they're supposed to do at that time, and they're fully present, and they do everything within their heart 100%. And it's almost like you leave nothing to chance. You use, and that is what it means by being of service. That is what it means when God is asking you guys to do your work with your wholeheartedly, and you will get rewarded. You actually don't even need to worry about the reward because you are doing it from your heart. And that is what you need to find out. And that is what you should be doing. Anything else, get somebody else to do it.
That's it for questions on the chat box.
Oh, we're done. Great. Lula must say, all right, thanks. So he is getting it. And Magdalene, there is also nothing about being a strategic thing, but then ask yourself, how can this thing that I do be of a value to somebody else? The purpose of us as human beings is to relieve pain to somebody else, is to relieve something from somebody else. How can this be of a service? What you are, what you do, be of service to somebody else. Focus on that. Focus on that and work on it. And I promise you, I don't know if I've shared this with you guys. One of my clients years ago, she came in one of the classes I was teaching in Northwest, and she was beautiful and quite old though. I think she was close to 65 or something, but she looks, her skin amazing. And she then said she has tried 4 or 5 businesses, she's failing. And I'm like, okay, what business did you try? And she listed there. I said, why did you fail? Why do you think you failed? And she counted several things. But I then said to her, you know, you look amazing. It looks like you are married. Do you have any children? How long you have been married? And I asked several questions. In all the things that she answered, I then said to her, you know, the stuff that you are using for your skin, you could actually make it for other people and teach them how to take care of themselves. And that's a business you should have been in. Why? Because that is who you are. Guys, you never sell something that you are not. You sell who you are. But again, as entrepreneurs, we gotta need to face up who we are. And sometimes as Black people, we don't know who we are. And that is why even with names, we mess ourselves up. And sometimes you are this name, sometimes you are that name. We don't have identity. You have to know who you are and that name, what that name means. And when you know yourself, who you are and what you stand for, it will be easy to know which business to pursue, which business to say yes, which business not to say yes. You know, by the time I was done with Leah Mom, she was crying, thinking about all the time she has wasted and opportunities. I said to you, you have been married for 45 years. How many marriages? In South Africa, we have one of the highest divorces. Can't you start a group of young women teaching them how to actually stay in a marriage and how to deal with problems? We think running or coming up with a business, it has to be for something that exists. Running a business or starting a business, it's about identifying a problem that exists in your community and solve that problem. And then people paying you for it. Now, if you find that the problem that you have selected, there's no one who's willing to pay for it, you need to ask yourself, am I pitching what I'm pitching to the right market? Or should I be pitching this to somebody else in another market? And let me make that example very clear. I sold finance success to entrepreneurs for more than 2 years, like dismally failing, no enrollment whatsoever. I realized I was certain that the product I was selling is actually solving the problem. That I was certain about, because I didn't create the program. The entrepreneurs created the program because they kept asking me questions. And those questions were actually then brought into the module. I then put modules together based on what you guys asked me. So I was certain that the solution fit the problem. But I also realized that the entrepreneurs were broke. Entrepreneurs didn't know what they don't know, are unconscious, incompetent. Therefore, they won't know whether finance success is going to help them. Simplified strategy is going to help them or not. They will never know that unless I go to the boardroom and go to companies, big companies, and I sit with the CFO, I sit with ED partner or whoever and say, this is what I'm doing for entrepreneurs. This is how I'm solving this problem, da-da-da-da-da. Why will that person hear me? Because of the level of competencies. So sometimes as entrepreneurs, we target the market that is below our competencies. And that is one of my mistakes. I should have never tried to convince people that were not at the same level of my competence to be able to actually understand the value. Because guys, you cannot explain a value to someone who doesn't see it. You can't. I don't care how many value propositions you can come up with. If the person doesn't see a value in what you do, and how do you know someone does not see a value in what you do? They ask you for a discount, or they say they'll find somebody else cheaper, or they say they'll come back to you, even if you're offering that thing for free. Then someone doesn't know the value. Don't sell to anyone who doesn't see a value in you. You must see a value first in yourself, but demonstrate that value to the market. I promise you, when you come across people who do not see a value, walk away. Say, thank you, you are not my customer. Because if you continue selling to the market, that is not of your caliber, that is not at the same level of consciousness, the same level of competence, the same level of comprehension, you are digging yourself into a black hole. And I don't know, understand how many, guys, I can give you a list of clients that I've came across. I know they need my product. I know they need me to help them deal with this problem, but they don't have the ability to comprehend how big of this thing, because it has not come to their awareness yet. It has not come to their awareness. Can I take more comments on strategy, guys? Those who have gone through, Dennis, would you please share the link for the video for strategy? There is several links on finance success on strategy. So can you just share the playlist, Dennis? Share the playlist. Guys, is anyone else maybe who has a question whether we apply? Just remember, a vision can actually be big, but you also have to keep in mind that sometimes that vision that you want to pursue, maybe you are not carrying it for yourself, you are carrying it for your children, or maybe you are carrying it for your whole community. I hear some of you are getting demotivated or also feeling they can't focus. You're gonna need to build up a toolkit to get yourself motivated, to wake up early in the morning and start doing your reading and do your work and do your templates and finish it. When you need me to review, then share with me. Denise, I think the one that you have shared is a playlist of everything. I want a playlist on strategy. Thanks. So I don't know what gets you motivated, but you're gonna need to figure that one out. Your aim is to keep your energy up at all times. Your aim is to keep yourself out of this negativity. Right now in South Africa, with ESCOM and these politicians and all this mess we have in our country, there's so much negativity. Stay away from that. Don't watch news, don't watch TV. Use your time, create your own space where you just, it's almost like you're in your own zone. That bubble will save you. That bubble will make you numb. And you're also going to start getting rid of people who are negative around you. You don't want to be in a situation where you're trying to build something and there's so much negativity around you. So eliminate as much negativity as possible. And really love yourself to choose your dreams, because when you choose your dreams, you choose you. Remember, your dreams will be achieved by the person who's worth that dream. Are you worth the dream that you actually want? Are you worth the dream and the life that you want? I know you worth that dream. I know you deserve that dream, but do you believe it? Do you believe that you're worth the dream that you're asking for? What are you doing every day to make sure that, yes, I am worth the dream? What are you doing to prove that, you know what, this 1 million, or me being a billionaire, me being a multimillionaire, what is it that you are doing every day to prove to the world? Because for the world to give you what you want, you gotta need to prove to the world. You gotta need to prove to the world that all of this is worth it. All of this, you are worth it. And I say to you, you are worth it, because every day the sun goes up no matter what, and it shines upon all its children. Everyone is shined upon, everyone. So you are worth it. But you gotta need to know, not just know, live it. Live it in every aspect of what you do. Make sure in whatever that you do, you just don't do it for yourself, because that is where the accountability, majority of you are in this business doing just this for yourself. You see, then that goal or that vision you have is too small. Do it for yourself, do it for your community, do it for your family, do it for the whole country. Carry the whole country with you on your shoulder every day. And when you hear people complaining about this person let us down, this person let us down, you say to yourself, I will not let you down. I will do my level best in everything that I do. Can you imagine how South Africa will be if all of us will have that in our lives, where we are saying, I am, whatever that I'm doing, I'm not just doing it for myself, I'm doing it for my country. I'm doing for the generation behind me, in my family. Because we talk about poverty, we talk about people having almost like a generational problem when it comes to poverty, and also just reliability, also just the fragment of families and so on. But we don't realize we can turn those, there is no such thing as called a curse or a generational curse. We can make a decision right now to change our situation right now. You just need to make a decision. And you will make that decision when you realize that you are worth it. You will make that decision when you are sick and tired of being in the same situation every year, year after year. 10 years down the line, you are left with nothing. You can't see your work. It has to stop. But when is it gonna stop? When you're tired. When are you gonna get tired of going around the circle? Going around the circle. Stop being a mouse. You know that mouse, the white mouse in a lab. Stop being that mouse. Get to know who you are, what you stand for, and stand by that and pursue your dream, pursue your goal, irrespective of who says what. And you take it step by step. You don't rush. You don't start running without having crawled and walked, because you want to make sure the foundation is right. Your goals are calling you. God wants you to pursue those goals. But do you want those goals as much as God wants to give you those goals? Because that's a thing with God. You have to action. You have to do something. It's already there. The fact that it's in your mind, the fact that it's in your heart, you wake up every day to pursue it. It's within your reach then. It's just getting yourself to be organized. Guys, get yourself organized. The universe loves order. When there's disruptions, it's chaos. Okay. Dombi said, oh, I'm tired of Mrs. Precious. Yes, my dear, you are tired, but the reason why you are tired is because you don't know who you are. Go to the mirror and figure out who you are. If the mirror is not working out for you, you can't recognize yourself in the mirror, which did happen to me. When I was tired, I looked at the mirror, I couldn't even recognize who the heck I was looking at in the mirror. Because it happens, life happens. So maybe you don't need to go to the mirror. You need to go on your knees. Maybe you don't need to go to your knees. You need to go back to your ancestors. I don't know, but you need to do something. It's time to act. It's time to be accountable. It's time to actually be what you're destined to be. So are you guys ready? Please send the questions on that email. I'm going to share the email again where you are stuck so that I can assist, and I will run small little videos for you on those questions. Okay? Please send us those questions, and I cannot wait to see your one-page strategy. And if I'm confused about your one-page strategy, I might ask you to bring me your business model and so on. So please don't think you're gonna skip all the pages in doing the work and do just that last page. Just remember that, okay? Don't do that. Don't think you're gonna skip all the page and just do that one page, because I might find things when I read that doesn't make sense. And then I will ask you certain questions and say, check this on, because it's all interlinked. Guys, I need you to apply the stuff that you are reading. And I need you to come with questions. Sis Violet, uthula ngathi awukho. Sis V. Open up. Okay, she's probably multitasking that one. Okay.
And she said earlier she's looking forward to you doing a planning workshop.
Hello?
I'm saying earlier on, she was saying to me that she's looking forward to you doing a workshop on planning.
Great. I don't do the planning. She does the planning. That's a thing she doesn't get. You do the planning. I don't do the planning. But I help you through. I review what you have planned and guide you on how to structure it. Sister Mbisa said, oh yes, more ready. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm glad you have reached your limit of being tired. Then you're gonna act. Tendo said, change is something that comes from within. Thanks for motivation. One shall start doing self-introspection. Indeed, Tendo, what you have to understand, the reason why we are unable to meet the challenges in life, we are unable to overcome things that come in our lives, is because the problems are bigger than we are. It means You are smaller. So the only way you can change that situation is for you to do what? To raise your standards. The only way you can actually do that, raise your standards, but also grow yourself. It's gonna come within. Mawethu, the assignment for this module is one-page strategy. It's one-page strategy. Denise, when you were sharing with them, did you
Yeah.
give them the presentation?
Yeah, they've got that. Everything is in there.
So how come when I say one-page strategy, no one knows what the heck I'm talking about?
The template for the one-page strategy is there as well.
I know, but I think most of you are more worried about the assignment than the work. The assignment is not important because how many people do you guys know that have gone to university and they have certificate, but they can't do the work? So, I'm not worried about you doing an assignment. I'm worried about you executing the stuff. Here is one-page strategy. That's your assignment. I'm gonna share it with you. I'm so worried electricity is just gonna go now. Hey, Lord, maybe entrepreneurs need to solve the problem of electricity in South Africa. That is your assignment. Nance, that's your assignment. What I expect, I'm gonna see your vision, your mission, and your strategic priorities, and then your results. And these are perspectives that I was talking about earlier. That is organizational capacity, which is also called learning and growth, internal processes, customer, and financial. And then here you have what? This customer focus, integrity at the bottom. Those are your values. I have given you more than 240 values. So we're gonna go through that. I need to analyze it and make sure that your values are aligned. I think also, someone please elaborate on an assignment. The one-page template is there. Is this page. We have this page as a template for you guys. Don't be. Smangele on assignment and due date, and their template just sent Word. Yes, the templates are on Word. All of it, guys, is provided. Okay, guys, I will only go through the material again of this when I have received questions. I'm not gonna repeat another video that is exactly the same as what I've already recorded. Does that make sense? So what I expect from you guys is that you go through the stuff and apply it, and then you'll have questions. Then I use that instead of me rerunning another session where I'm repeating myself, like in things here. Okay? Does that make sense? And you do have this presentation, by the way, with the recording. Now there, Violet, please resend with transfer doc. Hi, guys. No, we can't go through this. No, we can't go through this. I think it's the 5th time now we're doing this. No, we can't go through this. We're not gonna go forward, guys. We are so tangled in admin because you either miss the email, you miss the communication, then you DM me, guys, we're not moving forward. Okay, are there any questions?
No, there aren't any questions on the chat, but I've also just loaded the evaluation link in the chat box.
Okay, so is anyone who had a question maybe that I didn't answer? Maybe they sent it on WhatsApp and I didn't answer? Guys, you're so quiet. It's almost like I'm all by myself here.
Oh, sorry, Yandani, sorry, I missed Yandani's comment saying, my take action planning is a great strategy to help you achieve your goals and prioritize action steps.
Perfect. So I can't wait to see the stuff. Lulama, what do you mean you don't have what I just shared? It's on your module. It's on the strategy module. And the presentation, if you have gone through a video, you'll be able to even also download the presentation. All the channel, the finance success channel, it has under description. I always make sure that the presentation is also, there's a link there. Okay, Lulam. Okay, Dennis, I don't want us to get cut badly. Can you try just to send the stuff? Because Violet, the other problem, we sent you guys stuff, you don't open it, then it expires after 7 days. Mawet is telling them, say it's on them, it's there. I know Mawet is there. Yes, you can open the video. The video, it will have this, and also the module is also, it's got the content, everything guys that you need is there. Okay, I can't wait to get your date. What's the due date, Denise, for the assignment strategy?
So strategy is, let me pull it up. Sorry, it was meant to be with goals, but then remember we only did strategy today.
Yeah.
So we had to move the due date for that. So I've changed the date. It is the 19th, Friday the 19th.
Which is what, next week?
Next week.
Next week. And guys, as you're working through your content, just send me questions. I will try to respond. If I don't, just DM Denise so that we can work through it. Lulama, your hand is up.
Hello.
Hi, sis.
Hi.
Hi.
To bring you back, but remember, I just said I couldn't open some of the documents, but I'll ask some of the guys to just send me a bit by bit.
You couldn't open the document, but your problem
Yes.
was you were opening it on your phone, and your phone does not have apps. And when you try to open on the laptop, you are opening a fresh LSM, which had you couldn't open the document because it was not safe for your computer to be able to open it. But we sent you guys and emailed you the link for WeTransfer. So Denise, just take Lulama's name. Again, Lulama, make sure you put your full name so that Denise can easily locate your name. And Denise will not be able to translate. So maybe SMS your email address so that she can then send you.
Okay, I'll do that. Thanks.
Okay. And we didn't send it to all people because we shared it on the group, on a WhatsApp group. We shared it on a WhatsApp group. But some of you want to open that on your phone, which does not have apps. And some of you are dealing with admin. I think some of you also just need, yes, it has expired because it's more than 7 days, Violet. You need some almost like it felt like you need some orientation on the tech, how to use the tech around you, because some of you were opening the YouTube account, the YouTube video without actually being on internet. So there's been so much problems. We need this fourth industrial revolution and digital coming fast. Denise, recreate another one, last more link. And
I will send it on email as well.
Open the link, please, when you get it, and download the material. We are not going to redo the same thing, please. I mean, I can't be wasting the time talking about admin. Again, guys, these issues should have been resolved with Denise and Elizabeth. My role is the content. Okay, guys. What else? What else? What can we deal with? Is there any questions?
Yes, it's Precious.
Hi, Sma.
Thank you for the information. I'm just concerned about the assignment. The first one is the goals. It says submit your financial goals. Can I just jot them down? Or where I've checked the module 1 and module 2, but
if
it's
you
a
have,
long.
Smanget, if you have done module 1, you will know how the financial goals look like. There is even a template that I've done that shows how a financial goal looks like.
Yes, I understand that, but I'm saying, let's say my financial goal is to, let me say, maybe I want to raise 10 million. Can I just send this or write then this the template? Where do I write
But Smangel, read your module again then. The fact that you are unable to pick up where is that's a problem. It's right there. I don't know which page it is, but it's right there on your module where there is example of financial goals that are set on the module. All you need to do is to put yours. I put even examples of that. Can I get someone? Can I get someone? Can I get someone who has a module right now who can share? Maybe I don't know. This is just. Oh.
I just populate there and then submit.
No, Smangele, you don't populate. The template is already on your module.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Let me open the module. Is anyone else, Denise, can you take other questions, please?
Specifically saying it's page 9.
Thank you, Spesi. Oh, yeah, thank you. Oh, yes. Yeah, because I'm looking at the page numbers now. Okay, thank you, Spesi. Okay, guys. And also, guys, some of you did not even didn't do the group session. You have not finished some of the things. Just make sure you finish. The way the program is designed to take you from one level to another. You don't want to left behind, okay? Okay, is the program going too fast or is it too slow? Can I have a feedback on that? Is it too slow for you? Did you finish all your work? Have you finished everything? Can you guys talk to me? Just unmute and talk to me. I'm asking.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Sipe. Is it too slow or too fast?
Hello.
Hi, Sipe. Go ahead.
Sorry, I don't know if I'm clear enough because my network is giving me problems.
No, we can hear you. We can hear you, sister.
Okay. Okay, great. You wanted to know if we've done module 1. I have, and I've finished actually module 1, and I've sent it to you. So now what I'm not understanding is, I think I lost it somewhere. When it comes to the assignment, is module 1 the assignment, like the first assignment, or the assignment is different? Because I don't see where it's written assignment. I'm only seeing where it's written homeworks and things like that. Okay. On module 1.
Okay. The page 9 that you're referring to, that is what we have made to be your assignment.
Oh, then I've sent everything.
Yes. So now, have you done strategy? Have you done your 1-page of strategy?
That's what I'm doing right now.
Perfect. Can you send that? You're supposed to send everything together. That is session 1. The strategy, 1-pager, and your financial goals. And that's it.
Yeah,
and we're gonna move
there.
to the next one.
Yeah, it's there.
Okay, perfect, my dear. I believe it's space enough to cater for the members' other commitments. That is, thank you, Mzoli. Thank you for that feedback. Mawetu, yes, okay, that was the previous one. Are you guys doing the work though? Dumel. Denise,
Yes, sis.
have you finished taking the attendance register? I think we've lost
Yes,
people
I have.
since we finished.
I took it earlier, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Please take a screenshot also
Yep.
for the reports. Okay.
I've done so, yeah.
Okay. Okay, for me, thank you, Lulama, for the feedback. Is any other person is
Hello, I'm available.
yebo siyakuzwa Tumela kunomsindo kodwa emva kwakho.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry about that. I'm at the office.
Oh, okay. What I was asking is that how are you finding? Is it too much or is it too slow?
I think for now it's fine. I can keep up with the pace.
Okay, so great. Thank you so much, Tumelo. Thank you. Guys, is
Okay.
anything else? Denise has shared. Okay, it's fine. Don't be saying it's fine for me. Perfect. Guys, no one will be left behind. I will make sure. I know sometimes my patience runs out, but I'm gonna make sure. No, one page strategy is not business canvas model. Smangele, phinda futhi uphindele emuva sithando sami uyoyifunda imodule. Business canvas model is not the same as one page strategy. But what the business model does, it helps you to work out your strategy. Okay, Smangele, maybe Dennis, just make sure that Smangele and everyone has a those videos. Okay. Okay, guys, I think that's it. If there's no other questions, lots of love and keep on working. Tembisa, you are letting yourself to be confused. We have reduced the work. You still need to do your own exercises and the homeworks. That is for you so that you have clarity. But the stuff you need to submit is just two things: one page strategy and your financial goals, full stop. But it means you still need to do the work. The work is with you, not the assignment. If you have done the work in the modules, you shouldn't have been worried even about the assignment. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Denise, maybe just take that page 9 and share it, and then that one page of strategy and share it with the group.
Sure.
Yeah, it's been tough. Thank you so much. Goodbye, guys.
Tough indeed.
Kunzima. Lots of love, guys. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Sis Precious.